Hi, Missy.
Hey, Jess. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm great.
Actually, I feel like shit, to be honest with you. But we'll
I'm
plow
not
on.
that great. It's okay. I'm not that great.
You're not that great?
No,
What's wrong
but
with you?
no,
What's up
I'm
with
fine.
you?
Why you're feeling like shit?
I feel like shite. Yeah.
Shiza.
Shiza. Well, I just came from the dentist, and I mean, people say they hate going to the dentist. I get that it's like a universal hatred of the dentist. However, I feel that, at least in my case, it was spurned by a very odd dental experiences as a kid.
Oh, I have I had the same fear and loathing because of a very heavy-handed dentist in my youth.
No, my dentist was gentle. But
and then not going
like,
for 8 years.
He looked like somebody put one of those like joke pairs of teeth, like the ones that chop.
Stop.
He looks like somebody put those into Charles Manson.
Okay, run.
Dark hair, very dark beard, very piercing eyes, the biggest, toothiest effing smile you ever saw in your life. It was so creepy. And his name was Hart. Should I say his name? I guess it doesn't matter now. Why not?
Is he dead?
Probably not, but he's not going to listen. It's only funny if I tell you his name, because his name was Dr. Harvey Levy, and my dad used to call him Larvy Heavy.
I love names like that.
I know.
Larvy like I'm Heavy. One to criticize.
Well, it didn't help my love of the dentist anyway. I mean, he was the nicest man, but scary. And then the fluoride with the... Remember those trays that they would...
You're freaking me out.
Oh, God. They smelled so bad and give you a headache. Well, anyway, I had my teeth cleaned today. And I'm like, tell me if this would unnerve you. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Like, she asks me what I do. And I tell her I have a podcast ad agency. And I kind of explain a little bit about what that is. And then she's asking me like about my kids and how old they are and where they go to school. And she wants all kinds of information about Nate's school because her son... She wants to put him in a similar program for video game design, blah, blah, blah. Then she's like, la-di-da, cleaning my teeth, starting to prick me with the thing. Poke.
You're tasting your own blood. Yep.
I'm tasting my own blood. And that's when she says, so like, please. Oh, it hurts me. Just listening to it hurts. It hurts me. So she says, so do you guys ever like need any like work? Do you guys do you have any work like, you might need someone to do? And I was like, yeah. You mean like a job? Like an intern or a job? She was like, yeah, like a paying job. Do you have stuff that like you ever hire people to do stuff? And I was like, yeah.
What's she looking for?
Does it matter? She's cleaning my teeth.
I don't know. Dentist, gynecologist. You get 45 minutes and that's all I want to see you a year. That's it.
What I'm saying is, it's not as if she was performing a service. But like, you know, doctors is one thing, but like, don't cut my hair, clean my teeth, or do perform any kind of like physical improvement on me while saying I'm looking for another job. That's so unnerving to me.
This is not rewarding enough for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, just phoning it in.
Don't cut my hair. Don't whiten my teeth. Don't do my Botox, wax my eyebrows, paint my nails, all the while saying, you got any work for me? That was like so unnerving. Oh my God.
Well, you're doing all you can not to dig your nails all the way through the pleather on the armrest in the first place. The last thing you want to do is A, mouth open, have a conversation, and B, act as her career counselor.
I definitely don't like being poked with that shrimp fork they have. Oops.
I have the same, I don't think we're alone, have the same horror of dentistry again.
What was your dental experience as a kid?
Well, I just had a very, very, very heavy-handed dentist.
Meaning he was not gentle,
Always hurt me. Always hurt me.
Sucks.
But then I think I hit like around college age and my parents stopped making those appointments for me. Like when they come home, you know, you get all your appointments done. You see all your doctors because you're with your family. That never really happened. And years went by with no dental care. Years. And part of me thought, I'm getting away with something. Meanwhile, years. I mean, it's embarrassing how many years. So when I finally started having trouble with my teeth, I have this degenerative enamel thing, which just all of those years without dental care, horrible, horrible havoc in my mouth. and tons of pain. And I had to go every week to work on something. It was the worst. And I met a dentist who I really, really liked. And he made magic. He made magic happen. He fixed everything. And then later said some cosmetic dentistry wouldn't kill you. So now I went from hell mouth for the most part of way too long with nothing to one of the nicest smiles I know. And I wouldn't smile for years because it was such a hot mess. And I have an amazing dentist who did just really great things for me, for both me. Please, if he didn't do this, you think I would even be podcasting with you? I really wouldn't have left the house if I hadn't had all of this work done. But it is not cheap.
Your teeth are beautifully white, though. Almost glow in the dark white, if I do say so.
I mean, if you pulled out a black light, I'd have trouble smiling because I don't need you to see that. But
I'm not wrong, am I? They glow in the dark.
It's possible. I don't see my mouth in the dark.
I see you in the daylight, and it's like all I need you to do is smile so I can get to my car at night.
Yes, I will help you. I will help you to your car. But I love this guy. He did amazing things. So the answer is get a good dentist, because there's no reason for you to hate the dentist and fear the dentist if you have a really good one. And only now, and my biggest fear is he's going to leave me. That's my biggest fear. Not Stuart leaving me, my dentist. That's who I'm really afraid of.
Yeah. Dentists are scary, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I said dentist and gynecologist. You're going in one way, and I just don't talk to me until it's over, and then we can chit chat all you want.
Yes, but both of those are not like, you know how they say like the other end is exit only?
Output, yep.
Yeah, those two, the dentist and the gynecologist, that's not exit only.
No, the dentist.
If anything, I prefer it to be the opposite.
Right.
Yeah,
input only.
Input,
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's totally different ends. Of course, the top is input only and the bottom is output only. Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
P.S. The bottom better be input, but just not that bottom.
Yes.
We're not talking about your bottom.
Melissa, have you ever done karaoke?
Oh, dear, no. You know of my singing in public fear.
I know that you think you can't sing, but that doesn't mean you've never pretended to do so.
Well, you can't really pretend when you're standing up there laughing with a couple of drinks and you screaming into a microphone. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll stand there with you. I'll hold a mic and listen to you sing. But even with this new segment that I want to do on this show, I've kind of recruited Mallory to sing the jingle for it. I was going to recruit you, but Mallory seemed super interested in it, singing my jingle.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she's gonna help me out and sing my jingle. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This is without her, and I'll kill John if he pulls this as a drop. But it's outside Melissa's box. Ding.
Yeah, I liked when she sang it too, though. It was so cute.
She's way cuter. So yeah,
she doesn't understand what a box is.
She didn't when I first told her of the segment, but now I had to explain it. I'm telling you, it's kind of like in the pool of before the summer. If you're going to use phrases and you're going to be in public, people are going to know something you don't know that you're saying, and they're going to laugh at you. I need you to be informed. So I informed her, and she went, there's a big gasp. And I thought, all right, well, that sure beats, oral sex. So here we go.
Yeah.
This is mild.
I mean, boxes, yeah. Because I think I told you this. I had to explain what Pimp My Ride was to my 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Because of that MTV show. And it was awkward.
What a pimp was, yeah.
But I did it.
Yeah, I used to have a neighbor and still a friend who dressed her dog for Halloween as a pimp with a super
creative,
big purple wide brimmed hat, and it was adorable. He was amazing. It was a good dog. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys don't like dogs. Never mind.
I don't mind dogs. I like dogs, just not the reason we don't have one. I mean, originally we wouldn't get a dog because Scott was just like, no, because then we can't travel.
You guys do so much traveling too.
Yeah. We don't now, but we were when we were younger and our kids were younger. And then it was, we can't get a dog. I don't know. We have white carpet. Now he has allergies, so he wins.
Yeah,
he wins the never-ending argument about why we can't have anything fun.
Anything good in your lives?
I was just going to say why we can't have nice things, but actually he would prefer the opposite. He wants nice things, just no one to wreck them.
So has the 12-year-old dog sneezed yet?
He is not ready to be euthanized, if that's your question. He has
sure?
probably sneezed, but he's also, I can't do it. I love him. I can't do it. You know what? We're going away Thanksgiving week. We'll be gone for a whole week. We're going to Florida. We own a place there. It's free. So that's where we go. So we'll spend a week in Florida. We'll drive across the state and spend actual Thanksgiving with my parents on the East Coast. Our place is on the West Coast. And we'll spend Thanksgiving with them. And the dogs, for the first time in a long time, will be in a kennel. Now, the 12-year-old dog does not kennel well. He gets all disoriented. He ages while he's in there. So I'm a little nervous. So I've spent the last couple of weeks making dog beds, getting felt, like 2 yards of felt, 2 pieces of it put together. You know, you cut the sides and you tie them. Have you ever done that? Made a no-sew blanket?
No-sew?
Yeah, you don't sew it. You cut the edges.
I know how to make a blanket like you're describing, but how do you not sew it exactly?
Well, you don't sew it because you cut fringes on the edges and you tie the top piece to the bottom piece.
Yes.
So they're 2 pieces tied together, but instead of leaving it like that with just a blanket, before I close the very end, I put in some of our T-shirts that smell like us. So I stuff it with some T-shirts and then I tied off the end. So I'm going to send these 3 blankets with our T-shirts and our smell to the kennel with the dogs and hope that kind of centers them a little. But, you know, at 12 years, I don't know what he's going to be like when we get him home. I really don't. I'm probably going to expect a call while we're there that I have him in his own crate. So he's
Where are
not
you going
bothered.
again? Sorry.
Really? Florida.
Just told me. And I...
Florida.
Well, because... you know why it left my head? Because you said before you were trying to get rid of that place.
I would love to sell that place. Dear listeners, if anyone is interested in purchasing a beautiful, beautiful apartment on the Gulf of Mexico in Fort Myers, Florida, stone's throw from Sanibel and Captiva, right across from the outlets, please let me know. I'd be happy to discuss with you its purchase. Real cheap.
Yes.
Please.
Call 1-800-FUCKYOU.
That's my favorite number. If I could get that number. Yeah,
if only.
So we're going down there. He'll be boarded. Don't know what's going to happen to him. And I get to spend Thanksgiving with my side of the family, meaning my parents.
Wonderful.
At a country club for dinner.
Is that what you were always hoping for?
I was always hoping for? No, I mean, as long as I'm not cooking in my home, I'm happy.
Okay.
I usually like spending Thanksgiving with Stuart's family in Richboro, PA, at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house.
Are your parents going to listen to this podcast by chance?
We've talked about that. I don't think that they will ever listen to this podcast.
No.
Are you discussing the complicated relationships in my family? Is that
No.
to what you were referring?
I mean, I guess.
Who raised
But
you? A pack
I
of
guess
wolves?
what I want to know
Yes.
is how mean can I be about your mom without getting in trouble?
Not that mean.
Well, your brother listens, so...
Yeah, he'll enjoy it immensely, but at the possibility that we're sitting at the table for Thanksgiving and my kids say, "Oh my God, Gams and Pop-Pop, you've got to hear Mommy's podcast. They trash the shit out of you." That would be very awkward.
Yeah,
Who,
totally.
me?
Who,
Yeah, me. Definitely me.
So the jingle, outside Melissa's box. Ding! So what did you do outside your box this week?
I'm doing a lot of talking here, Jess. I went yesterday.
Wait, are you saying that I should talk about me now?
That would be great. No. But did you say no?
Yeah.
That's a horrible idea. All right.
No.
So yesterday I did a craft fair. I did a Hanukkah bazaar. I did a craft fair I brought my kids and I sold my hats and scarves.
What?
I put on this.
You had a booth and everything?
Yes. I put on this 8-foot table, probably 120, 150 hats and scarves. And as I laid it all out there, I got a little depressed about the fact that this is a couple of years' work for me. I mean, I sell them sporadically through a friend of mine, but to see this intense inventory, it's never all been in one place at one time. It was overwhelming to me, and I was kind of moved by it. It's kind of depressing. But I left my house. I
Well,
And it
that
was
in itself deserves
right?
a round of applause.
Right. It wasn't for my kids. It wasn't for the family. It was something that I did that I was going to sell my stuff. And I was horribly uncomfortable. And I stood there and, well, what I really did was I walked away from my table because my son is math boy and my daughter is charming as hell. So she sold and he kept the bank. So they kind of did it for me. But my problem is, and I've really dug down deep on this one, is that I don't truly value anything that I produce.
No shit,
which
Sherlock.
is part of the reason.
Are you just realizing this now?
Yes, I kind of am. This is kind of an epiphany for me.
What are
which
you
is
talking about? I've been telling you this for a long time.
Right, and I'm telling you for a long time not to drink soda, but until you do it, it's going to make a profound difference in your life, right?
Fair enough.
How dare you turn this back around on me? We're talking about you now. Drop.
Well, honestly, Melissa, it's a little deeper than that if I have to turn on my shrink hat. My little shrink light, because it's not even just that you don't value anything that you do, but that also when someone makes an attempt to help you value or teach you to value or teach you to treat something nicely, you disappear.
I either fight it or I ghost. Yeah, I'm definitely fight or flight on that one.
Yep. So it's like, because when I first saw your hats and scarves, and I was like, put a little bit of these on Etsy. You were like, that sounds like a great idea. Don't talk to me about my business ever again, bitch.
That sounds like a great idea. Melissa? Cricket, cricket. Melissa?
Yeah, exactly.
Cricket, cricket.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I can't believe this is that much of an epiphany, but all right, I'll buy it. If you say you're that unself-aware, I'll go ahead and take that.
So I guess I figured out that the more I find out about myself, the more I think I could benefit from a little more therapy. But as soon as my kids are in college and on their own, I'm happy to commit to fixing me.
Hold on. That also makes no sense. That's just procrastination. Why would you wait? First of all, let me just ask you this. Why would you make your children wait until they were out of the house to have a normal, mentally
stable
mother? I mean, doesn't that seem like missing the point a little?
Cricket, cricket.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
If you're wondering if I'm fighting or flying, flight. Flight.
First of all, if anyone has a reason not to go to therapy, it's me. I don't go. I need to go.
I do not argue that point.
If I go, you have to go. I don't want to do anything outside of Jessica's box, though, but like, we should maybe do challenges for each other on some level to have less reservations, I guess. Well, we'd have to change the name of the damn show, but whatever. I'm willing to do that.
Can we say fewer reservations and not less?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Is that because it's grammatically correct to say fewer?
Yes, it is.
Ew.
Ew. Did you just correct me?
Ew.
Yes. Yes, I did.
You just corrected me. That was so rude. Oh, my God.
I'm doing it for you. It's also my deflection.
Ew, that was also a very mom thing that you just said.
Not my mom.
Ew.
I'm doing it for you, Jessica. It's my way of deflecting from the fact that you were just picking on me. So,
I'm not picking on you. I'm just making a point, which is that you should not wait until your children are out of the house to start therapy. That makes no effing sense whatsoever. That's like saying...
Who, me?
That's like saying you're going to wait until your husband passes and you have no children in the house before you start learning how to cook large meals.
Who?
Why?
Me?
It makes no sense. Silliness.
I hear what you're saying. Point made.
All right, thanks.
Stop beating this dead horse. It's dead.
All right. Fine. Fine. Well, I mean, I'm on this. Okay, so let's talk about something else. I'm just curious. Why are there so many things outside the box? Can we talk about that for a second?
Why so many things make me uncomfortable?
Like, yeah, I actually, this is something about you that I'm not sure I knew. Like, I know that I know you have lots of reservations, obviously, but
I mean, I do lots of things. I just am not comfortable doing them. I told you the principal at my daughter's school recruited me for a committee, and I now sit on a parent communicator committee, which puts my email out there. If people have issues with the school or the district, they come to me and I bring it to this committee and the principals. I
think this whole thing was a mistake. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy to serve. I'll do that. I mean, I don't know about happy. I'm willing to serve, and I'm...
Yeah, willing is different than happy.
But I've actually enjoyed the meetings. I definitely mock the people at the meetings, and I won't go past a certain degree of meetings. But I don't know. It's just so much easier to not engage. Don't you find that? If you engage, you deal with people.
That's because I've already engaged.
Well, I have too. When my kids were little and in elementary school, I was in that school 2-3 times a week. I volunteered. I substitute taught. I worked in a school district. I mean, I was definitely involved. There is a joy for me in no longer being involved.
Well, then that brings me to the other point, which is why do things outside the box if you've been outside the box and you know it's not safe?
So I also feel it's not that it's not safe, but I do feel like I'm losing some memory. I feel like words don't come to me the way they used to.
Actually, I've been feeling that as well.
And it's freaking me out. So if I continue to challenge myself in certain ways, maybe that will prevent further loss of or help support memory. And I mean, if I sit in a meeting,
you can just cure that by reading.
So Audible is not an option.
No.
Yeah, I used to be an avid reader, a voracious reader. So maybe I'll go back.
I heard reading can solve that.
I like multitasking, like listening to the book. And this morning I was texting you while making banana bread. What?
Again, I already know I suck at that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to learn that again.
Chocolate chip banana bread.
That's the problem also, Melissa, is that like sometimes, listen to me discouraging you from going outside your comfort zone. What a kind of a life coach am I? But like, I mean, because technically, I coach people on business and I tell people to do the exact opposite. But like, and I'm not saying stay in your bubble. I guess what I'm saying is like, there are certain things that like, I don't need to go outside my comfort zone because I already know I'm terrible. Baking is one of those things. I'm not going to bake a 3-layer cake or a apple crumble because I already know I suck at this. Taking a step outside my comfort zone in this category could poison others.
So Stuart's theory with me is you always say no at first. Then you wait it out. I've gotten better. It used to just be no. But now I'm a no at first girl. And then I do things. And he says, you always have a good time. You always enjoy it. Someone so asks us to dinner. My answer is always, forget about it. No way. I don't want to. But when I do go, I went to the fair yesterday. We sold scarves. I talked to 1,000 people. It's exhausting for me. So that's
fun,
why
right? But it was fun, right?
I had a lovely time. I found out the girl 3 booths from me knows my sister-in-law, lives in Richboro.
But now you don't have to do it again until the next one.
Well, the next one could be next week as ACAC has a fair, but I don't want to get involved in that nonsense. One thing at a time. Like
one thing at a time.
Let me lick my wounds from the first one. It's exhausting.
Yes. This is my life, though. When you are an introvert, which I admit now freely that I am. I was a closeted introvert, but now I know I'm a real introvert. And like when you are an introvert, the being around of other people, as fun as other people are, and as much as I enjoy them, it is truly
draining.
Exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the definition of introvert is not I hate others, but that I need to recharge alone versus I need to recharge in a crowd.
Right. And I'll talk to you in the car on the way home from dinner, Stu. I'll talk to you. We'll decompress. Yeah. But once we get home, don't yell at me for picking up my phone. Don't yell at me for standing outside with the dogs for 20 minutes and not engaging. I need that time. And I had a great time. I have a great time going out to dinner and being out. And I do love people. It's just really exhausting for me. It's mentally.
This also sheds a light on why we live a half hour from each other and yet never go out to dinner together.
What we do when we force it, right? And then we have such a great time.
First of all, I'm not ever forcing myself to spend time with you. What I'm actually forcing myself to do is make the actual plan. That's the hardest part.
Right.
Once we have plans, I'm happy to show up and be with you and your wonderful husband and my wonderful husband. And we always do have a lovely time. And like when I see you hanging out with other people, I get wildly jealous because I feel like, how come I can never figure out when the hell Stu is off work so that the 4 of us can hang out? And yet, do you see me texting you every weekend to see what you're doing? No.
Right, but I'm a sure thing 1 day a week with you. Now you have now
but
I'm your
that's only like
hostage.
for a month. It's been how long have we lived this close to one another? Let's not answer that. It's been a long
Don't
time.
say it. But now I'm your
15
hostage,
years.
and I love it. And I love it. I
Yeah.
really look forward to this. And afterwards,
too.
I'm on a high. I'm so happy.
too.
And then my kids say something
Me
stupid,
too.
and it
I'm just
sucks
saying,
me
two
back.
introverts don't, and I have other friends that I also am wildly crazy about that I know are introverted, and it actually can and should be a bit of a comfort that I can ignore the shit out of you and not have you worry if our friendship's in trouble.
I love
Same
that.
with her.
I have a couple of friends like that could call and leave a message and be like, yo, Melissa has not called me back. I'm going to call again. And that's how you know they know you. They're your friend. They'll call again. They won't pull that. Well, I called you 4 times and you have not called me back and you have not. Did I do something wrong? B, are you mad at me? I'm mad at you. All that is what exhausts me just even thinking about it. Please know, my friends know who they are and that I love them and that you will hear from me.
I would never get mad at you for ghosting me. Like if you and I are like, we are going to King of Prussia tomorrow, and then we don't hear from one another, the next day we could be like, so do you think we'll ever go to King of Prussia? And not be angry at all.
No, but you'll know if I ghost you, it's because you talked about me producing hats and valuing my product and making money from it and supporting my own endeavors.
God forbid being on stage and having someone applaud you for anything.
Wait, what? I gotta go. I gotta go. Sorry, gotta go. I'm out.
Whatever. You will go to Podcast Movement. You don't have to be on stage for anything, but I would like you to go. If for no other reason than because there's so many great sessions about building a community and getting your social and growing and stuff like that.
Well, you want me to do it, so I have a segment for Outside Melissa's Box.
I mean, if this is going to be a regular segment where you are traveling outside the box, then I think that would be a good one to do. Yeah.
That's a huge one. That must be like a week's
I don't
worth.
think you should do any more cooking, though, because what's the point? You already know you're terrible, just like I do.
Yeah, I just have a few things I make, but I was craving banana bread, and I had those tiny mini chocolate chips that make my mouth so happy that I
like banana bread, too.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go to the Amish market? We could have met there for lunch or something.
Because they're not open.
Oh, right. They're only open Thursdays.
Yeah, and I have to get that stew. I have big plans on Thursday to go there and get lots of stuff. And they're
This Thursday?
Boston cream donuts.
What time?
I don't know. When do you want to go? Let's make plans. We don't
all day Thursday,
follow through with.
I think. I'm pretty sure. We could at least meet for breakfast.
All right.
All right, cool.
And Boston cream donuts. They're so good.
Well, I'm trying to think of the best donut I've had there. I think it was like a lemon cream, actually.
That's ridiculous. I don't even know you.
I mean, don't judge. Don't judge my donut habits. I don't judge your donut habits.
It's 4 pounds of Boston cream in the middle of this.
You know what? I'm not going to eat donuts because they're not good. I need less sugar, not more.
Okay, soda drinker.
I know. But one thing at a time. I don't need donuts to add to it, do I?
Well, you just can't chase it with
string it to my bra and let me get a fat...
You don't do it all the time. I mean, if you ate like that all the time, although Stuart did bring home some duck donuts from King of Prussia the other day.
Sounds disgusting.
Then I found it's not a real duck.
There is a Chinese place around you that is absolutely delicious. God, I don't remember the name of it. Man, it was so good though.
Mandarin?
Horrible service.
Mandarin?
No.
Mino?
It was like a place in a strip mall.
Do you guys like
I'm gonna find
sushi?
It. I love sushi. Yeah.
Do you like unlimited sushi?
Unlimited?
I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm loving it now.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Mino, there's a restaurant in a strip mall by me. Mino, they have all you can eat sushi. And my kids even like it because they'll make you chicken teriyaki and they just keep bringing it for you. If you're eating it, they're bringing it. But when I went there with Mallory for the first time, the woman came up to me with a stern face and said, you order it, you eat it. You don't eat it, you pay extra. And I thought, oh, that's quite a plan. You guys have this down. And when we ordered seconds, she said, you better eat it, and walked away. And I felt like my mother was there. I felt like my Nana was there. But it was amazing.
So we were supposed to go that night to PJ's Poorhouse, but then it got too busy.
The Poorhouse in Exton?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went to a place...
Z-Way.
Close by.
Z-Way. Yeah, they have amazing sushi too.
Yeah, Z-Way.
Z-Way. Yeah, they're delicious.
Yes!
That's my old neighborhood. Yeah, they have great sushi.
Darling, delicious, delicious.
If you go back, I'll tell you what rolls to get. They're so good. They're so
Yeah,
good.
delicious, delicious, delicious.
Now I'm hungry. Thank you.
There was more stuff I was going to tell you that I was trying to save, but now I don't remember what it was.
I could keep going, but it's not the Melissa podcast. I got lots to tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep going. Okay,
Please.
so I just came back from DC Podfest, and I did something new that I had never done before, which is I shared a staying space with a male colleague. And the only way it was even possible, which he actually was like, if this doesn't work out, like if we couldn't book it, he was like, let's just share a hotel room. I was really not down with that. But
I'm normally never down with that.
We've shared before, I think.
We have.
Yeah. But instead I found an Airbnb that was like $150 a night and had one bedroom and a sofa bed.
Perfect.
And it was an apartment. I'll tell you, the difference between a hotel and an Airbnb is significant. So much nicer linens, way more coffee variety, huge fridge for leftovers, actual unlimited supply of dishes if you would like a glass of water, nicer well, not necessarily nicer toiletries, but toiletries. And like my own bedroom where I could shut the door and like have him do it. You know, like no matter who you share with, if you get up or go to bed later or earlier than the other person, you're like worried about tiptoeing. And that was kind of nice not to have to do that. That was pretty cool, actually.
And toileting.
Toileting is always an issue, no matter what.
Is that a word? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you drop kids off at the pool with someone in there?
I'll tell you right now, I stay in hotels all the time with my whole family, and I send Stuart to the lobby bathroom.
No, that's not what's
But in
happening.
an Airbnb, there's no lobby bathroom.
No. One trick, which I didn't feel like I needed this trick. This time when I went, it was rather quiet. I think Joe must have gone way before I woke up.
You're impressed by how quietly you could poop.
I mean, there wasn't a lot of like gaseous anomalies. It was mostly just, a nice floosh and it was fine. But like sometimes you have gas problems.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That wasn't the case this time, luckily. I'll tell you, the only thing that startled me with him was like he blew his nose a couple times and it was like
a horse,
a trumpet.
Oh, an elephant.
But no, he must have used the restroom in that way, like way before I woke up because I didn't hear it. I didn't smell it. It wasn't a problem.
He'll be happy to know. Well played.
If he listens to this, which I doubt, he'll be happy to know. I will say that, like,
it's a rainy day. That's why you're yawning. It's a rainy day.
2 hours down and back is a long time to make small talk and or listen to small talk.
You didn't listen to podcasts?
No.
You didn't play him our podcast?
No. But he's like 12 years younger than me. And he is a friend. So if you are listening to this, my friend, take it with a grain of salt. I find it hilarious that he asks me questions like that. Like we'll be talking about his endeavors and he'll go, "Oh, you didn't see the post I did about this?"
Who? Me?
Oh, you didn't? Oh, well, I mean, if you'd read my book, you didn't read my book? Yeah.
Who,
and I'm
me?
like, who, me? I don't read books. I don't watch podcasts, just like you. No, but I mean, like, he does kind of give me, like, he always, whenever it's something that he's done that's significant that comes up that I've missed, I feel a little bit like he's, like, digging. Oh, like he's giving me a dig for not having read it or watched it.
Or that you're not on his cutting
it.
edge him. You don't know his latest.
He was like, you didn't read, I guess if you'd read my book, you would know that I did X, Y, and Z. I was like, well, but I didn't, though.
And tell him, did you read my book?
Yeah.
Because I wrote the book on many things. Sure. So wait, John, you seem to be offended that I make my husband shit in the lobby of a hotel.
Yes.
I was a little offended by that as well. You make your husband go shit somewhere else?
If 4 of us are living in a room and you are going to put your filth and stink in part of our room.
Get poopery?
We now have poopery because occasionally we'll do bed and breakfasty things that don't have lobby bathrooms. But if you can have an away game, you have an away game. You do not bring that into our room. And I have to tell you, I think we learned this from...
I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, finish your sentence.
I think we learned this from Tom Gray, who has 5 people when their family goes on vacation.
Different.
There are 5 people sharing one room, and if you're going to filth it up, you do it in the lobby bathroom. So you just see him walking through the lobby with a newspaper, and we know exactly where he's going after breakfast because it's rude if you share a living space.
Do you go to the lobby bathroom when you have to drop kids off at the pool?
I shit poopery. I don't poop. What are you talking about? It's flowers and joy. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure.
I'm sure. Unless I've cooked and then stand back. But I mean, if I thought I was going to offend my family, yeah, I would use the lobby bathroom.
Makes you think you don't.
Yeah, how do you think you don't?
Look.
Now Melissa's shit doesn't stink.
I was just going to say that.
You know, people say that about other people in jest, and yet here we have an actual person that thinks their shit doesn't stink for real. For actual real.
Yeah, so?
I'm just in awe of you that you even have the gall to think that about yourself, much less enforce it.
Get the drop of, I'm just in awe of you.
Okay.
I'm just in awe of you.
You are. You should be. My poop doesn't stink. Look, I now have a 14-year-old son who also eats shitty and leaves treats, and they go down there together in the morning to...
They have to both go down to the lobby bathroom?
Yes, they do.
What the hell is happening?
I know.
You make them make the buddy system to go take a...
No, now finally Ethan's old enough to go by himself, but it's the considerate thing to do. If I needed to, I would go to the lobby bathroom too.
Damn. That's harsh, son.
Got to do what you got to do. If people are sharing your space, you don't offend them.
Well, you leave the fan on and you maybe take a little air freshener.
Oh, this was the thing I was going to tell you. The
work.
trick you can do if it's awkward and you know you have gas, I turn on the water so that they can't hear me pooping.
Yeah, you're fooling no one.
Well, it's a perhaps not, but it at least will confuse the ear. I would rather there be like a confusion of did I hear that or did I not hear that than oh my god, this is all I can hear. All right, I don't want to hear it now either.
I don't mind it now.
Enough out of you, John.
I don't mind it now at all.
That's my trick. I turn the water on. Sometimes I turn the shower on just to confuse people. And then I'll come out, did you shower? Nah.
I was just taking a dump. Didn't want you to hear it.
Yeah.
It's not right.
I mean, can you say that? Not necessarily. You know, there was a part of me when I was packing for this is just like, what kind of pajamas do you pack for the male colleague that you neither want to repulse or attract?
Flannel pajamas.
Sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I was like,
Sweatpants
yeah,
and
I
a
packed
t-shirt.
typical Old Navy pajama pants and an oversized t-shirt. But like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, on the one hand, I'm just like, I definitely don't want to wear anything even remotely attractive or revealing. And then I thought, well, I also don't want him to look at me and go, God, how can anyone be married to that?
So what did Scott
'Cause
say when he
either
knew
way-
you were sharing this room with a male colleague?
Married.
Honestly, I mean, when I was like, it's Joe, he was like, all right, that's fine. Not because he's not a threat. I mean, it's awkward, right? Because if I say, oh, not because like I would ever sleep with Joe. Because again, this is a weird way of like talking about it, right? But Joe is very much like a brother. So, and he already knows that. Like, we go to the zoo with Joe and his wife sometimes. And like, I have on many occasions made an attempt to mentor and or give Joe advice. He never takes my advice. So
Right,
like,
because you didn't read his book.
no, just for for whatever reason. So I don't think he's that threatened by Joe,
Okay. I just know that he
and vice
could
versa.
be.
I don't think Melissa's that's her his wife's name. I don't think she's that threatened by me. Plus, his wife's pregnant. She's due in January. Like, but also there's literally absolutely no like thought whatsoever as to hooking up with Joe. It's ridiculous.
As I get older, I want my own space. Like, I don't want to be in anybody else's space. Like, I don't want to be sent to the lobby to drop kids off at the pool.
I really didn't even feel like we were in each
You're
other's
not letting
space
it
at
go.
all.
Nope.
Like, I got dressed while talking, like I got dressed in the bedroom, came out, did my hair, we chit-chatted a little. I mean, yeah, I really didn't feel like he was in my space at all. In fact, because it was an Airbnb, I felt that way even less so because he had other things to look at besides me. Whereas if we were sharing like a double bed hotel room, he'd just be laying there staring at me while I walked around the room or vice versa. I'd be sitting on the bed waiting for him to stop walking around the room. This way, I could walk around and do what I wanted and he could just sit there and like work or vice versa. And we could ignore each other. It was beautiful. It was perfect.
And you could close your door.
You don't think you would share an Airbnb with me, John?
No.
Well, I'm a little hurt by that. I'm not going to lie.
Not you, it's me. It's not about you, it's about me.
I'm a little bit hurt by this.
Do you think when you were younger, you would have shared a room easier?
Yes.
So it's partially with age that we're...
Yes, I'm stuck in my ways, and I understand why you send Stu to the lobby bathroom. I mean, I understand that, but if I was married and my wife told me to do that, I think I'd be a little offended.
You have like
now,
1,000
if you and I were
children.
sharing a hotel... Now, here's the thing. If John and I were sharing a hotel room, or the three of us were sharing a hotel room, then yeah, I'd go to the lobby. But I'm not doing it if it's just my family. They can... You know what? They deserve to smell my shit, in fact, for all the stuff I do for them.
Ay. Ay.
Sorry, that was rude. Might be true, but it's rude.
It's fascinating is what it is.
It is. This is a fascinating conversation.
Where do you shit on vacation?
I would love to know from our audience how polite is too polite when it comes to sharing hotel rooms and pooping with your family and non-family members. Like, do you have to go? You know, in summer camp, if you live, there was an outhouse very close to my bunk when I was in bunk 22. And if anyone had to go number 2, it was an unspoken rule that you had to go number 2 in the outhouse. You couldn't go in our bunk. You could not smell up our bunk. And if anyone dared to do so, they would be ridiculed. It was like Wednesdays, they were pink. It was written in stone.
I love Mean Girls. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it was a big deal. But, you know, other bunks, we couldn't do that because it wasn't as close. But yeah.
I mean, could you
Pretty
imagine
weird.
what the boys' bunk smells like?
Yeah, bad.
Boys are just disgusting to start with.
Boys are not even what it smelled like, but imagine just what that whole place looks like.
Look, Mallory's feet are exceptionally smelly. I don't know what it is. Something has died and wrapped themselves around her feet. It's just the worst smell ever. So, I mean, I've asked the doctor and they're like, well, she's got
There's
sweat
that
glands.
smelly you had to ask the doctor?
Yes, ma'am, they are. So bad. So if we're sitting in the car for a 12-hour drive to Maine, don't take your fucking shoes off. Like,
Oh, I would beat a bitch.
have the courage.
No.
But it's the same thing being in a hotel room and somebody shits up a room and then comes out. All of that heat and stink and funk. It's not
the
okay.
door shut.
Oh my God. So what? It's caged? And what if I have to
How
go
long
in there?
are you in the hotel room anyway? Go do something else.
What if I have to go in there and shower after somebody takes
Oh,
a...
that's not happening. No. Everyone who showers goes first. The shitters have to wait. Shitters go second.
So you
Sometimes you can't.
Let it crawl back up. I don't care. I shower before anyone. You know what? My ex-husband used to do that to me. While I was in the shower, he would come in and
That
take
ain't
a
right.
shit. It was revolting.
That ain't right.
Revolting.
I would rather sleep in a king-size bed with a girlfriend of mine than
Well, first of all, that's nothing.
shit up a room. Ugh, I can't. It's just the no.
First of all, king size bed is hardly a sacrifice. You can, Scott and I sleep in a king size bed. We can't reach each other.
I know. I love that.
You should have said like a double.
No.
I know your tricks.
No double.
That wasn't even slightly subtle. You're just like, I'd rather sleep in a king size bed.
California king.
Yeah. On the opposite end of the country than my friend.
Yeah, but shitting up a room where people are living and where we need to spend an hour, or so, like, it's just gross. It's
Shitting up a
disrespectful.
room. It's like I didn't even know that was like a saying, shitting up a room.
It's disrespectful. So go to the lobby. What's the harm? I'll give you your own key. You'll go down. You'll have you time. You can pass by and get yourself a candy bar on the way back at the front desk.
My daughter Emily always smelled like strawberries. Like her feet, her breath, everything
remember
about her always smelled like strawberries. She sweat strawberry smell. It was very strange.
That's very sweet.
Nathan,
Not so much.
Mexican food, cheese and onions all the time. He stinks. His sweat, like it always smells like a Mexican restaurant in his bedroom. His feet, it's like either BO or stinky feet. And then Isaac has a faint pancake smell. Regardless of although but like, his feet, like his just general scent is a little bit maple syrupy, except for his breath at night when he's sleeping. It's as if he's eaten a bale of hay.
Oh.
He has hay breath. It's not necessarily unpleasant, but it's just like, I wonder if the reason why is because he drinks organic milk before bed, and it's like the grass-fed cows.
That's crazy.
Smell a little like hay. It's unmistakable hay smell. And again, not the most unpleasant. It's certainly better than onions and cheese, but like just something I've noticed. And he doesn't smell like that during the day. It's only when he's sleeping he has hay breath.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
like puppy breath.
Puppy breath, yes. It's like puppy breath, but puppy breath is not even as pleasant. Hay breath is better. But yeah, puppy breath is, yeah. And Scott used to call it, morning breath, kitten breath. That's what he calls it, kitten breath. But no, it's hay breath. It's very weird.
That is weird.
I would love to hear from the audience what weird smells are coming out of your children, but don't be too graphic.
We just talked about shitting up a room. They can be as graphic as they'd like to.
I don't want to hear, like, it's slightly like jalapeno poppers and cucumber.
That's
like,
exactly
I
what I want to hear.
Really?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right,
That's
then
what
let's
they're saying.
indulge Melissa. This is definitely out of Jessica's box, but let's indulge Melissa and hear about all the disgusting smells you want to tell us about. Reservationspodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up, Buttercup.
Yeah, it's a cross between sushi and Texas barbecue.
Oh,
Yeah.
yum.
So you have a couple of things on our docket here that we haven't discussed. Do you care to go into when has having me there ever helped or...
Well, I was having an argument with my kid, and I needed another parent. So I was yelling for Stuart, and I was yelling for Stuart, and I was yelling for Stuart, and he did not come up. He did not come and help. And I thought, what kind of team player are you? Like, what kind of partner
what was
is this?
happening that you needed him?
Mallory was having a meltdown.
About?
Well,
Come on.
I just feel like I'm always complaining about them, but
That's the whole point.
all right. So
Why would it be interesting if we were always saying how great they were?
Oh, well, I don't.
Right.
they are great, but that's not what you're going to hear.
Right.
Mallory wouldn't get out of the car to go to CrossFit. I had errands to run. I got
Why
there.
not?
She goes, I'm not getting out.
Why?
I don't even really know. It was
CrossFit sucks.
it does
Yeah.
suck, but there are boys there, and she's one of the only girls. She's
Why
not
didn't she, but why wouldn't she get out of the car?
because she's a pain in my ass. So she
Did she
wouldn't get out
want
of the
something
car.
from you?
No, she just didn't want to go to CrossFit. And
Why didn't she just be like, okay, and drive off?
Ethan popped out and went because if you're not taking a sport and you're not running or doing something else, you have to keep moving. Our family has a tendency to expand at the middle. So you need to just keep moving. You need to do something. You can't
Yeah, but
do.
CrossFit sucks. Put her in dance class.
She does not want to do that. I told
What about
her,
yoga?
give me something else that you want to do, and I will sign you up for something else. And she's fucking lazy. She doesn't want to do it. So fine. She didn't get out of the car. I said, Mallory, she goes, you can take my phone away all weekend. I do not want to go. All right. So I pulled out of the lot and I left. So I had her phone. So comes Saturday.
Did you leave her or not?
I can't. What am I going to drag her out by her hair? Is that what I'm going to do?
Done. No,
Well,
I mean, just, pull her out of the
no.
car and drive off.
Jessica, my abuse is not physical. It's verbal.
I'm just kidding. Anyway.
It's verbal.
Mental.
Right.
It's verbal. I totally trash talked her all the way through my errands that I continue
Okay.
to do. So we come home. She doesn't have her device on all day Friday night, Saturday. So Saturday night, I think it was Saturday night, she's gotten punchy and she comes into my room and she grabs my face and she says, I need Netflix. And I said, yeah, that's a shame. I need you to do what you're told when I say get out of the car and go to CrossFit. And then she lost her mind. I need it. She started freaking out. And it was kind of funny in the beginning. And then tears started to pour down her eyes. Like she kind of lost her mind.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking, she's got to get her period any minute. It's got to happen. This is like this wave of emotion hit her that I've really
makes
never
sense.
seen, right? I've never seen it. She's 13. She's never had it before. I'm thinking, this is it. Here we go. And I'm like, Stuart, I can't always be the bitch. Like, I'm always the one who takes shit away. And Stuart goes to work and says, you know what, Melissa, you're just going to give them back their stuff. You need to let them know. Don't tell me how to parent when you're spending your days anywhere but fucking here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that from you.
I agree.
So I call. He doesn't come up. And then we go downstairs and Mallory knows that I'm annoyed. We make up. We're fine. And I reach out, I hand her a panty liner. I said, you're going to need this. I'm telling you right now, something's going to happen to you because you just went batshit crazy. So something's up.
What'd she say?
She laughed. She's got a super sense of humor when it's just us and not her brother trash talking her. But so we laughed. Ha ha ha. We go downstairs and I said, hey, thanks for your help before. You know, I wanted a sanity to come in. And he said, Melissa, when has having me there ever made a situation better? And I thought, that's a good point.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
does he have a point with that?
Yeah, kind of. Like, only in respect that he'll tell me his opinion, I'll know it's wrong, and I'll know which way to go. Like, he'll give the wrong answer, which makes the right answer clearer.
Oh my God, we have the same marriage.
Yeah. I'm like, well, what do you think? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's absolutely what not to do. Thank you for clearing it up. I'm going this way. Like, it makes it better in that I
How
know.
do you think they feel knowing that we like to do the opposite of what they say? But I kind of do that too.
Yeah.
It's like, as soon as he opens his mouth, I'm like, well, that's nuts.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you for showing me the absolute wrong way to handle this.
Yes.
Now I'll move on.
1,000 times yes.
Oh, that makes me feel a little worried that we picked the wrong dude.
No, you pick the right dudes because they help you get to where you should be without taking you there,
Right,
but telling you where not to go.
Unlike Stuart, Scott argues his own point, knowing full well he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, so that was part of Mallory's meltdown, okay? She's yelling at me and she's yelling to me, saying, Bubba, you didn't do anything for me. And she looks at me, she goes, in the height of it, look, I know I'm wrong, but I don't know how to get out of this. And then I just looked at her and I said, that was your way out. You're admitting that's everything right there. But she was like still like tears are running down her face. She's like yelling in this cute high pitched voice. And she's like, I know I'm wrong. I just can't see how I can get out of this. I'm sorry. And that was the end of it.
So
and that's when we
funny
hugged.
How the teenage years, it's equally as important to teach them those skills as it is how to use a fork. So like, I can't tell you how many times, especially with Emily, I would just look at her ranting and raving and raging and just go, you could just end all this. I said, do you feel sorry for what's happened? Yeah. I'm like, all you have to do is just stop arguing, stop defending yourself, stop bullshitting, and just say, this isn't what I intended.
Right. This
I
is
know
off
I
the
did
rails.
the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Why don't we start from there? Okay, well, whatever that is, then that.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
yes.
They really don't. It's like once they're caught in something and then, God forbid they lie, they're just going to have to keep on keeping on. They have no idea how to backtrack.
They double down too. They make it so much worse. Like,
yes, they do.
I see what you're doing. I'm going to give you a way out. And if you don't take this one, I can't help you after this.
Right.
I'm giving you an out.
Right.
But Mallory found her own out. She said, I know I'm wrong and I don't know how to get out of it.
Very rare moment.
Right? So that's when we hugged and we loved and we went downstairs still like totally triangulating and saying, yes, Stuart, where the hell were you? And she's like, yeah, Daddy. And he said, honestly, deadpan, when has having me there ever made anything better? When has that ever helped?
I mean, his presence makes things better, but maybe not during an argument.
It does, because I don't feel alone.
Right.
In the battle, in the parenting battle. But yeah, he's never really had the right answer. I mean, it's a rare, momentous occasion when his answer was the way to go.
It's kind of wonderful how self-aware he is because, like, this one always used to happen with Nate, where like I would be parenting Nathan. Scott would get involved and go completely bonkers, over the top, wrong response. And then I would say, well, actually, Scott, I mean, Nate doesn't mean that. He just means that. And then Nate will go, no, he's right, Mom.
Ugh.
And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you both.
Both of you, right. Both of you can suck it.
Fuck you both. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, I'll go and I'll be like, Ethan, I told you to. And Stuart's like, no, that's not his fault. And like, oh, really? Or no.
What you guys really need is a cutout cardboard of your husband's.
Yeah.
That way you can put him in the room. It feels like he's there, but they don't say anything.
Just poke a dildo through a hole so it's useful in other
That's
situations.
delightful. I do have cardboard cutouts of my kids from the B'nai Mitzvah. I do have life-size cardboard cutouts that people could take pictures with them. I have those in our basement, and every time I go down there to play ping pong with Ethan.
Why would I take a picture with your cardboard cutout of your kid when I could take a picture with your kid?
Because of the
Don't
things
make no sense.
other kids did with the pictures. Yeah, it was probably a bad idea.
That sounds...
It was bad. It was a bad idea. They're kids. It was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Wasn't smart.
That sounds inappropriate.
Not smart. Not gifted.
All right. Well, John,
Yes.
You got your work cut out for you, buddy.
was it that boring of a show?
No, there was good moments in there. Listen, you can't hit a home run every time.
I think we can. I think we can.
I know you do.
I'm sure you do, but you can't.
It's only episode 6. We obviously don't have standard segments. We don't have it took Elsie and I like a year before we had like a rhythm.
We're not going to wait that long.
I think you can't help it. I think you kind of just have to be like, okay, now we're on to something, you know?
I like the idea of outside Melissa's box. I think that works real well.
Stuart likes the idea of inside Melissa's box.
But it's also
Stewart's
nice
allowed.
to have segments we can rotate through.
Yeah.
One can be outside Melissa's box, one can be the would you rather.
Yeah.
If you like that. If you think
Love
it
that.
sucks, then we won't do it.
I love your
I think the
weekly
quizzes are pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was waiting to be grossed out by the ketchup and mayo ice cream. I don't know where that came from.
Oh my God, watch it. Just watch it.
Oh, you have to watch it.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a video?
It's a video.
To see it, yeah.
Okay, well, that's why I was wondering what was going on with that. There's some flavors that should not be ice cream. Ketchup
agree.
and mayo are two of them.
Well, it's Russian dressing, right? Without the
wrong.
relish.
That's
It's ice
true.
cream, though.
Yeah.
Well, what do you?
No, it's fat.
But doesn't it have French fries to dip in it?
Yes.
Isn't that what the picture was?
You
it's actual ice
got
cream,
to
though.
be kidding me. You would dip French fries in ketchup ice cream.
John, I'd pretty much eat anything. I'm not going to lie, which is why I
really?
might have
What?
which is why I might have to move towards the lobby bathroom. I'd try anything. I don't know if somebody told me this was delicious, I wouldn't try anything that's disgusting, but if somebody said
I
this
could
was
not eat. It's actual ice cream made with ketchup and mayonnaise. Actual mayonnaise. And actual ketchup in actual ice cream. I'm dry heaving trying to explain it to you.
Right. So now they give you hot French fries, and you're supposed to dip it in this.
I used to take Frosties from Wendy's and dip my
Chicken
French
nugget
fries.
in it?
No, no, that's gross. But my French fries, I would dip in Frosty. That was delicious.
Yeah, my son does that. He always gets chicken nuggets from Wendy's, and he always has to get a small vanilla Frosty. He dips his
So good.
nugs in the.
It's the salt and the sweet. It's perfect, and not kosher, but it's perfect.
Oh, that's right. You can't mix the meat
I can
with the
mix
milk.
whatever I don't tell me what I can mix. I can mix
don't-
whatever I want.
Hey, listen, I'm a goyim. I don't know what you're talking about,
You're
but I
just
just
one.
hear things.
You're just one. You're just a
A
goy.
goyim. You're just a
You're
goy.
just one.
Goyim is plural.
You made yourself many.
See, I didn't know that.
I am many. I liked it.
Somewhere around here, I actually have a drop of me saying something like that. Oh, man, am I glad I'm a goyim.
Yeah.
Goy boy. So no quiz for this week, Jess? No quiz? We're out?
Yeah, I gotta go get Isaac.
I hate it when they make you pick up your kid
It's 5 o'clock.
somewhere.
And? What do you
I'm
mean?
just saying. I was shocked. It's 5 o'clock.
He did
I
Lunch
know.
Bunch, and then he did Little Kickers. Wait, what did he do after the regular school day?
Who?
Isaac.
What are you talking about? That is the regular school day.
Till 5?
They do art, music, Judaics, playing outside. They have an indoor gym. They have
Oh yeah, it's at the J. Okay, it's at the JCC.
sensory
of course.
table. They have free play. They have
Stations.
yeah,
They
all
station from like 3 to ever.
the- nap, lunch, snack, two
Wait,
snacks.
he
and
naps at school?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not for me.
All right, guys, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for listening. Please check us out with our minuscule show notes at reservationspodcast.com. You can also email us reservationspodcast@gmail.com, and we are on Facebook and Twitter at reservationspod and Instagram as well. Please let us know all the smells coming from your child, and
or your friends.
And how you like this episode. And please feel free to share it. We love that you're listening. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time.
Bye.